obviously this is a big fight announcement right now. How excited are you for May 15th going up against Nery in this unification bout?
I mean, this everything I've dreamed of. This is the fight that I've been wanting for a long time. Getting these big fights, these big world champions that are going to give me work and that are going to really elevate my game, and not only that, but also put me up there in that world class level. So I feel like this fight is was very necessary for me, and this is what me and my team wanted.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you turn professional at the age of 18?
Yes, sir. Yeah, 18.
So I'm kind of curious, whenever someone decides to make that jump, especially at a very young age, what made you feel like you were ready? What was the deciding factor?
Just I guess my style. I've always had more of a professional style, in amateurs. I didn't really have that, quickness and that, that point. I've always had that style where I wore you down in the later rounds and just try to box you and just try to, just try to beat you down. And ever since then, as soon as I turned 18, we turned pro, and my style has worked perfectly. A lot of people said that I've had more of a professional type of style, and that once I get into the professional level, when I was in amateurs, they said that I would, it would be great for me. And yeah, I mean, up to date, my style has been amazing and it has worked for me.
I know that a lot of times when you're boxing as an amateur, it's really tough to gauge what your power is going to look like with the headgear and everything else. When did you realize that you really had substantial punching power? Was there a certain moment as a professional? Was it the first time you knocked someone out?
No, I mean, me and my team knew since the amateurs that I had power. Even though I had a skinny frame and I don't look like I carry a lot of muscle, but I think it's just genetic. Even my older brother had a lot of punching power. And yeah, in the amateurs, I was knocking out guys with body shots, TKOing guys. So I knew that in the professionals, I had a great amount of power coming into the professional. And yeah, I proved that, once I hit him with those body shots, or once I crack him with the first shot, I noticed that, they noticed that I have a great amount of power. And now that I'm getting older, I'm getting more power and I'm getting stronger. And I realize that in my sparring and my training, when I do mids, my dad always tells me that, I'm getting stronger every time I hit him.
I was about to ask about that because I've noticed that with a lot of, particularly younger fighters, that as you kind of see them progress, you see that punching power develop. Do you think that your punching power is going to get a lot of people off guard once they realize what you're capable of?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, in my whole career, I mean, a lot of fighters have doubted me until, they get hit by the first punch and they realize that they're in there with a real fighter. And, like I said, a lot of people underestimate me because of my frame, my build, and because of my pretty face and my blue eyes. And a lot of people, I feel like they underestimate me. But, when it's time to go, when I step into that ring, it's a war, and I feel like they underestimate me so much that when I hit them with the first punch, they don't expect that power.
I actually talked to your brother about a week and a half ago. And when we were talking, he talked about how he would like to kind of mentor fighters and really have something going where he's helping kind of up and coming fighters reach their top potential. One of the things he said about you, he's like, I don't have to worry about Brandon. Brandon knows what he's doing. He's got a great head on his shoulders. How vital has your brother been up until this point, kind of helping you out and kind of leading by example?
Yeah, my brother has always been there for me, even in my amateur days. He's always been real supportive. And yeah, he's giving me tips. He's the one that, help me shape my mind a little bit better, have that warrior mentality. And, it's all been implemented by my father. And at the end of the day, it's you're him, and, all the hard work in the gym goes into play. He tells me to never leave, to always leave everything in the ring, to always give it your all, to train your hardest, and to never be scared. That's one thing that my brother has told me, is if anything that he's taught me, is to be fearless. And I feel like I carry that now in and out of the ring. I feel like coming forward to these fights, I just want to fight. I love to fight. We both love to fight. And yeah, I feel like he helped me a lot, mentoring me.
Looking at your progression throughout your career so far, a lot of people look at that Julio Ceja fight as, I mean, it was a very tough fight. He came in, nearly 5 pounds overweight, which was probably unexpected, I'm assuming. Going through that whole experience, having a fighter come in that much heavier, what were some of the things that you took away from that experience? What did you learn the most from it?
We took a lot. I mean, I went into that fight with injuries. I feel like if I wouldn't have gone into the fight with injuries, I didn't really get the right amount of training, sparring. But as a fighter, is some obstacles that you gotta, just push through, and you gotta just go ahead and just pull through, as a fighter, and you can't let things get to you out of camp and inside of camp. So like I said, it's just everything that my father has implemented into me, and to never give up. And I mean, I've trained with injuries, I sparred with injuries, I fought with injuries, because at the end of the day, I feel like in this big fight, this is where it matters. If I get hurt in the ring, if something were to happen, I have that mentality to overcome these obstacles if they're to happen in the ring or close to my fight. So I feel like we're mentally tough. And I said I meant me and my older brother. But yeah, I know Julio Ceja came over almost 4.5 pounds. I didn't think he went to go fight. I just thought me and my team's eyes, I feel like he just went just to go hurt me or just to take advantage. But at the end of the day, he couldn't even beat me, not even at my worst. So with that being said, I feel like we took a lot from that fight. We know that I'm used to sparring heavier guys. I'm used to sparring, guys that are heavier, taller, bigger physique. So I know that him being 4.5 pounds over, wasn't nothing. It wasn't a big challenge to me. I knew that, I worked hard enough for that fight, but at the end of the day, he can prepare too. So I feel like if he would have made weight, I feel like it would have made a big difference. But I did learn a lot, and now we're here, going against Luis Nery, so I guess it paid off.
Talking a little bit, working up to Luis Nery, obviously he's a southpaw, and we can't help but notice that in your last fight you happened to fight a southpaw in Damian Vasquez. Was that by design, or was that just kind of one of those wonderful things that just kind of transpired?
Yeah, it's just one of the things that transpired, and like it worked out perfectly, because I fought a lefty and now I'm gonna fight another lefty. So things don't really have to be readjusted much, just tweak a little bit of things that work against lefties. And I think over my career, I think I fought like 3 or 4 lefties. So lefties nowadays are getting more uncommon, and I'm a lefty as well. I switch lefty righty, so I'm comfortable in the lefty. I'm probably more comfortable in the southpaw stance than in the right, and my orthodox, which is the orthodox, is the one that that's the one that's my strongest one. But I feel comfortable lefty righty. I can switch, and that's something that the style that my dad has implemented into me, brother. But no, I mean, I know that it is gonna work perfectly. I know going into this fight, we're going 100%, 110%. I feel like, and this is for all the marbles, and well, to me. And I feel like Nery is going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great fight. Maybe fight of the year, fight of the night, who knows? But all I know is that I'm going to bring everything to the table.
Final question for me. Obviously, Luis Nery's had some changes within his camp. He's going back to his old trainer. He's not working with Eddie Reynoso anymore. He says he wants to fight more the way he's used to fighting, coming at you kind of style. Do you really think that that's the wrong tactic to fight against you in particular?
I feel like, at the end of the day, that's that's the style that I love, coming forward, fighting. At the end of the day, it's just going to be who's more prepared, who's better trained, who's more conditioned. Because I'm going to keep coming forward. I can box a little bit. I can switch lefty, like I said, lefty, righty. I can give them different angles. I can give them different fights. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be coming forward at the same time. And, I know he's had changes in his camp, but at the end of the day, he still has to fight me. And I feel like it's just gonna be a great fight. I just feel like it's gonna be one of those fights that is gonna be amazing. So yeah, I know I'm ready, and you know, he's gonna come forward. I'm gonna come forward too, and we're gonna see who's gonna bang it out. You know, we're gonna bang it out, and we're gonna see who comes out on top.
Well, I know I'm definitely looking forward to it, Brandon. Thank you so much for your time and best of luck come May 15th.
Yes, sir. Thank you.